hand it over to Ananta.
A very good evening to all the 25 wonderful, amazing and brilliant minds here on this round table. Suresh sir, thank you so much. That was extremely enlightening, and it was, I think we all have got completely energized. Now we are completely immersed in this cause for saving water. I think you covered all the aspects so beautifully. My heartiest congratulations to Jayashree for this initiative. She has put in 6 months of hard work into this, and she has tried to condense it into 3,500 words for all of us lazy people to read, understand, and actually get impacted by the problem at hand. And the problem indeed is very grave, very grave. I am Dr. Ananta Singh Raghuvanshi. I've spent about 33 years in the real estate industry between DLF, Emaar, Experian, and DMAC. Jayashree and I go back almost 20 years. I'm so happy to share with all of you that when her first book came out, we were together. When NAREDCO MAHI, the women's wing for NAREDCO, which is National Association for Real Estate Developers, it is a pool of more than 5,000-6,000 developers and adding every day. So they are celebrating their 25th year this year. And 2 years back, we said when the 25th year gets celebrated, it's important that gender integration should be in place. So when Mahi was born, Jayashree was again sitting next to me. She was our moderator for that panel, the launch panel at the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. And we have done this together. Now coming to Mahi, Mahi was named after a river in Western India. But we just named it after a river because, of course, Dhoni is also Mahi. It's easy to pronounce. We were planning to work from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. And we said, people should be able to easily remember, call it. And, of course, a lot of other things. Mahi, short for Mahila, so many other things, But we just went with this name. Our only purpose when we started it was gender integration. Because wherever we used to be sitting, we were the only women in the boardroom, in the hall, the only voice. And in my case, it was just underrepresented in real estate. And I used to look at it as my failure that even when you are sitting in a corner office, you are a CXO in your own right. Why are you not able to bring them up to that level? And Jayashree was wearing 2 difficult hats. One was media and that also real estate and media. So in her case, it was, I think, even twice as tough a job. So we started with that 2 years back. Now, what happened, interestingly, was I think sometimes the universe is with you and so much of positive energy that we became a pool of 50 super women, all as accomplished as her and equally, special and brilliant and willing to give back. So just experience and brilliance alone cannot change the world. There has to be a desire to give back. So we formed a pool of 50 super women. In addition to that, we got 108 Mahi volunteer women who did not have all that much time, but as and when they were available, they would make themselves available to us. And we have one such person right across the room, Himani. So 108 of those women came. But the beautiful thing was that during my Niti Aayog, Atal Innovation Mission training and mentoring sessions, when I would go to these school kids, I got 108 Bal Jal Sena warriors from there. And they are so absolutely such beautiful cupcakes. They would stop their teacher, ma'am, nal band kar lijiye, have the last sip. They would stop their parents. So our army just grew leaps and bounds once we agreed on certain causes. And we decided on 4 causes because we had the brains, we had the leadership, we had the desire. The first one was Nirmal Jal Prayas, which was launched by the Honorable Minister, Shri Hardeep Singh Puri ji. In fact, Suresh sir was also there and Jayashree was also there. We launched it at the Plumex along with the Indian Plumbing Association. So Nirmal Jal Prayas, for which I am a course director, the reason why that was born was because India has 18% of the world population, but only 3% of freshwater reserves. So it sounds terrible, but the fact is that we are having potty recycled water day in and day out. And we don't even know what we are going to leave behind for our children and for their children. Now, the trouble is not that when she's trying to put the 4 C's together, ladies and gentlemen here, citizen, city, collaboration, and climate. So it's not that we are bad people. The trouble is that we citizens in this city or in any city are actually not aware. So what Mahi is trying to do is we formed our 6A initiative, advocacy, awareness, adoption, association, amplification. We're doing all these things and working in all directions so that the awareness goes. First is the awareness. You have to know what the problem is. So that's where the citizen steps in as far as we are concerned. कि आपको पता होगा तभी तो आप कुछ कर पाएंगे. The cost of giving you that water in that bottle is huge because it's recycled. So that's one part. Now coming to the city part. Now one part is we have to save water. We have to revive, we have to save. We can easily in our houses save 30% of water at source. And that's the point Sureshji was trying to make. The aerator costs only $40. You put it on your tap and then automatically there is no wastage. Instead of having a bath in the shower, you just have a bath with a bucket. You save 10 times. I mean, the shower is 10 times of consumption. So little things can make major differences in our houses. You wash the vegetables, use it for the plants. That's again a huge difference. So citizen, city, that's one part is saving, collaboration. Now this is a collaboration between IGBC and NAREDCO. We are all putting our resources together. Himani is running a startup incubator. There again, this is part of the message that we are spreading out. And today I'll take a promise before I leave that all 25 of you are going to be Jaya's water warriors for us. So that's going to be another pool and another group for you. So I'll take my Guru Dakshina and go. I'm really bad like Dronacharya here. So that is, it is one is that. So collaborations help. Now coming to the most important and the difficult part, which is climate. Is it actually climate-induced floods? Can we put our hand on our heart and say it's only climate-induced floods? Why is the climate changing? Urbanization and climate change is, of course, impacting our urban flood volumes. There is no doubt about that. But it's also important that drainage adaptation in the urban planning happens. And who's going to do that? Again, citizen-city collaboration has to happen. How much can you keep blaming on the climate? So that's one part. The second part is, are we actually understanding the drivers behind the urban flooding? And are we trying to reduce the devastating impact? Of course we know. We know where the concentration pathways are and why, which are the vulnerable districts. Every citizen knows this used to be a river, this used to be an aquifer, this used to be a lake. We know it. But we don't get involved enough. So even if a pipe or a water tank of a neighbor or something on the road is running, we have to actually have that madness to keep chasing the reason for the problem till it gets fixed without feeling embarrassed. Without feeling embarrassed. I mean, हम सब अपना बैंक बैलेंस अच्छा बना ही रहे हैं और तभी यहाँ बैठे भी हुए हैं. Everyone is so accomplished, but the fact is that there's a karmic bank balance also. सब कुछ use करके अर्थ पे और खराब करके गड़बड़ करके, that's when we want to leave. So little things will make a major difference. So we know the concentration pathways and we know that in a very easy way, the 4 C's that she's trying to educate us about can be put together and an urban resilience assessment can be done. Little girls and little young men do not have to die because an underpass got flooded. It still gives me goosebumps just reading that news. It is horrible. We know the risky districts. We know the vulnerability. We don't need smart cities. We don't need technologies. We need spawn cities. Why can't our pavers be permeable? Why can't the water go through them? Why can't we have more trees? We are living in times where even for this, this exam which I passed last month about independent board director by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, now you have a whole chapter on ESG. सिर्फ हमने वो क्या, रट के जाके लिख लेना है and feel very thrilled about our distinction marks. We are living in times of ESG. So environment, society and governance, all 3 have a role to play. Now, whether you call it ESG or you call it Citizen City, Collaboration, Climate, whatever you want to call it, the fact is we need spawn cities. And we are not going to get these spawn cities unless we really raise our voice in the right manner. These volumes of water, which are increasing maybe because of climate change, maybe because of us, have to be disposed of. They have to be run-off volumes immediately at source. You cannot let it collect and cause diseases and everything. And the poor people are the most vulnerable. They are the ones getting affected the most. They are dying because their houses get submerged. Exactly. So my request to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, and I think I will end on that note, is the age of 25, and in the last 4 years, he's cleaned more than 100 ponds all over the country. He started with his own funds. Now, of course, there are lots of corporates and CSRs, and just like Sir said, so many NGOs supporting him as well in this movement. He's already put 7 urban forests in place. Now, those are the type of things that we need, and we need to celebrate those wins, and we really need to work towards that goal. And I think on that happy note, I would request all of you, wherever you are sitting, whichever social event, official event you are in, please spread this message. Save water, every drop matters. Thank you.